Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 8th October today, and in this video we are going to derive the questions from these important articles which are mentioned on this slide. Before we'll start our discussion, I would like to introduce this initiative to you guys so that you will get more connected with the video. In this video, we had discussed three types of questions. The first set of questions which we had discussed in this video are from the current affairs topics. We had taken the most important articles from the newspapers. We had derived the prelims based questions from those articles so that it will give the idea how the questions can be framed from those articles so that you will be very well prepared before the exam. The second set of questions which we had discussed here is from the static portion. Every day we had started to discuss a static topic here with respect to your preparation, and we had started with the Indian polity, and in Indian polity right now we are discussing the fundamental rights, and today we are going to derive a question from the article 15. After that, after we will finish discussion with the article 15 with the static portion, we will move towards the last part of our video, which is discussing the previous year questions. In this we discuss previous year questions, which had come in the exam. In this part we try to find out the ways and methods by which we can solve these questions, and also how to implement this knowledge in the upcoming exam. So this is all about this initiative. I would like to request you guys, please watch the full video. It may seem boring to you, but trust me, this time won't be it won't be the waste of time if you will watch the video, because in this video we had discussed various types of questions, and who knows, as we are taking it from the static portion, we are taking it from the current affairs and previous year questions, and that is the material used by the UPSC faculty too. So who knows, many questions can be coinciding with the questions which can come in the exam. So being on the safer side, please do watch the full video. And also I would like to request you guys, please note down these questions somewhere, or at least take the screenshot of these questions. Whenever your exam would be near, you would want to revise your current affairs, but at that time it becomes really hectic to revise the current affairs. But if you have these questions with you, you would just revise these questions, and these questions would definitely connect you with the current affairs, and also it will boost your preparation. So with this, I would like to request you, please do note down these questions. And also I would like to request you guys, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited from this initiative. And also do write your comments in the comment section. Do write what do you feel about this video. If any change is needed, we will bring it for you. Do criticize us, but be respectful. And what else should we bring for you? Do write that in the comments. This video is for you, this initiative is for you. We want to help you, and at the same time we want to improve ourselves, so that please write in the comments where should we improve and what else should we bring for you. So with this, let us start. Let's have a good look at the topics from where we had taken the questions today. Let us get the idea behind the questions what we have to discuss today. The first article which was in the news is death due to heat stroke. So what is the context behind it? Yesterday there was 92nd Air Force, Indian Air Force anniversary. It was celebrated in Chennai. As we know about Chennai, it is very much coastal area, and about the coastal areas in India, we know one thing, that there is in that portion of our country, there is throughout the year the temperature remains very high, and we can say the temperature remains at the peak, as it is peak summer there. So because of this, because of this meeting, many thousands, and it is said that thousands and lakhs of people visited there, and they watched this this meeting. They saw how Air Force, they attended this 92nd anniversary of Indian Air Force, and because of the heat temperature there, because of the lack of essential things which there should have been, because of all those lack of essential measures which should have been taken by the government, because of that, many people felt the heat stroke, and unfortunately 5 people died of that. Now here comes the question, who is responsible for that? Is it only the Indian Air Force? or is it the state, or is it the local bodies? So according to the author, it should have been the approach of all the three governments, all the three tiers of the government. And according to the article, according to the author, it is everyone is responsible in, because everyone is responsible of this disaster, because the governments, they should have given the early warning to the attendants. They should have given what they should have wore. They should have been hydrated very well. Even the government of India, they said that we had given the early warning to the attendants, but there were lack of other things too. And according to many people there, they said that there was a huge gathering in a small space. It took a lot of time for the people to leave the space, and after that there was jams on the roads. And also there was no proper hydration drinks were available there. Water was not that much easily available to everyone. So because of all those things, when collected together, this led to this heat strokes felt by the people there, and unfortunately 5 people died. So with respect to this, I think it is the proper introduction to the question which we have to discuss in the next slide. I hope you had got the basic idea why we are going to discuss that question, and you had got the basic idea about the news article itself. Now with this, let's move to the another article here. It talks about the marital rape. This marital rape has came into the existence from, I guess, when the feminist movement started itself. And many countries has criminalized the marital rape. So here comes the question with respect to India. Has India really criminalized marital rape or not? So answer to this question is no. India has not criminalized marital rape. There is no law in India which criminalizes marital rape. But in fact, there is a law which says that if any person is accused of a sexual offense with his wife, of a sexual intercourse with his wife, he cannot be punished under the marital rape. So that it clearly says that marital rape is not punishable in India. What is that section? What is that law? It is the section 63 clause 2 of the BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which has replaced IPC. Even in IPC, the marital rape was not an offense. So with respect to this, there has been a petitioner who went to the Supreme Court, and who has challenged the constitutionality of this law. According to the petitioner, it is very much unconstitutional. So let's see what does the government say with respect to it. According to the government, if government will go for those laws which will criminalize the marital rape, it will break down the marriage system in the country. Our country has huge cultural values. We have huge societal values. We value the marriage system at the peak. It is the bedrock of the family system. So according to government, if such laws will be bringing, it will definitely harm the marriage system in the country. No person would be willing to marry a girl, because he will feel that once we will be in a sexual relationship, this law, this marital rape law could be misused against them. So it will definitely break the marriage system in the country. But according to the petitioner, he says that how is the marriage working if there is a marital rape, if there is no consent from the woman's side? According to the petitioner, it says that it is the patriarchal mindset of which is in the frameworks of the law that they had made it. They are giving this excuse. And then another excuse given by the government is that when you go for a marriage, there is some hidden agreements in the marriage, hidden expectations in the marriage, and having sexual intercourse is one of those expectations which is under the framework of the marriage. So nobody, when you are marrying, you are expecting that you will go through the sexual intercourse whenever you want to. There are desires from the both men's side and from the woman's side. And also, according to the central according to this center, they say, according to the Indian government, they say that this these expectations are there with the marriage system. So we cannot go against it, because it is very much balanced system. It is very much marriage system gives the access to the sexual intercourse. But according to the critique, he says that how according to the center, that there is a clear difference between the married woman and an unmarried woman. Any offense against the unmarried woman by any person is very much criminalized. But any offense against a married, any sexual, we can't say offense right now, any sexual intercourse against a married woman by her husband can't be termed as a rape. So according to the according to the Indian government, they feel that there is a clear difference between a married woman and an unmarried woman. But according to the petitioner, it is very much unconstitutional giving this difference, because in our Article 14 it says there is equality, clear equality. So we cannot differentiate woman on the basis of marriage, that she is a married woman and an unmarried woman. So according to the petitioner, this is very much absurd statement given by the central government. And also then the another argument given by the government is that if we will bring such marital rape laws, it will be highly misused by woman against man, because if there would be a minor conflict in the marriage, that woman can misuse this law against men, and it would be very hard to judge what has happened inside the bedroom. It would be very hard to judge what is true in the what is true in this context. So according to the petitioner, he gives answer to this, that there is no law which can't be misused. We have dowry laws. There are cases where the dowry laws has been misused. And finally, the central government says that it is not under the jurisdiction of the judiciary to frame any such law. It is under the legislative. But according to the petitioner, that this marital rape, it is very much the social issue as well as the legislature issue, and Supreme Court can directly make it unconstitutional. So this is the whole story about it. Now let's see and watch where we will lead to this. And finally, let's move to the another topic here. It is about the India rebalancing its ties with global countries. So what is this topic about? Right now we know that there are majorly two blocks. It is Cold War phase 2.0. Majorly there are two blocks. One is USA led Western countries, another is Russia led other countries, Russian allies, and there are USA's allies. But here, what is India's approach? We had seen even in this year what India has done, how India is dealing with this. When PM Modi was elected third time, the first visit of his was to Russia. Then he went to Ukraine. After that, he from recently in during the Quad session summit there, he went to USA. What India is trying here, that India is trying to balance its relationship, and it is the approach of India. We don't believe in block systems. We have very much independent foreign policy. We are not allies of any country. We are the partners of the country. We believe in business. We believe in friendship. We believe in global friendship. So we are balancing our relationship with every country. But here the article says that India should clearly think what its approach should be. Right now, as it was already, the statement was given from the USA's somebody official in the USA. They said to India that you cannot trust Russia right now. And to me, if personally this question would be asked to me, I would definitely agree with that. Right now, Russia right now is not the same Russia which was 10 years before. Russia has changed its approach. Russia is very much dependent on China. Russia is trying to have good relationship with Pakistan. They are trying to share military equipments with our enemy countries. So right now it is not a good time for us to lean much towards the USSR. So we have to end this romantic relationship which we enjoy with Russia. It is not that romantic which we think it is. Right now, Russia is trying to lean towards Pakistan. Russia is very much dependent on China. We had seen it when there was Ladakh clashes, when there was clashes between China and India. Russia did not do much. Russia did not force China anything. They did not do much. They remained mute spectators to that. So it clearly shows that right now India should clearly think of its policies, to which bloc they should tend more. If this question would be asked to me, everybody has his own opinion. If this question would be asked to me, what is better for India right now? India's independent policy is great, but in that there should be a slight trend, and it should trend towards the Western allies rather than tending towards Russia, because Russia is not that much is not that Russia which it was before 10 years or 20 years back. So we should revisit our approach in this relationship. So this is my personal view, and you might have your own views too. With this, there was another article with respect to the Nobel Prize for Medicine or Physiology. So in this, what we have to understand that two scientists, they were given the Nobel Prize. It is Victor Ambrose and Gary Raukin. They were given Nobel Prize for medicine or physiology. And what was the discovery? They led to the research of microRNA during 1990s. As microRNA plays critical role in gene regulation in the protein synthesis. So because of that discovery of them, this Nobel Prize has been given to them. After that, there was, with respect to this, we will solve a prelims based question and get more idea about it. After that, there is another topic in the news. It is about the Geno-Koruba community, Geno-Koruba tribe, where it is located. As the why it is in the news, because its leader has been given an award for protecting the forests. With respect to that, so Geno-Koruba tribe becomes important for us. We should know where it is located. With respect to that, we will solve a prelims based question and get more idea about it. After that, there was a news with respect to the World Association of Zoo and Aquarium, as it has acquitted, or we can say suspended, the licenses of Delhi Zoo because the mistreatment of the animals in the Delhi Zoo. So with respect to this, we will solve a prelims based question and get more idea about it. Then there was a data given on the nations with mineral reserves, different mineral reserves. As right now we are shifting our approach from the fossil fuels to the mineral reserves in the energy. So there was a data given with respect to this, and for that few elements were included. For example, bauxite is there. So Guyana, Vietnam and Australia are the top producers. Say similarly chromium, Kazakhstan, South Africa and India. Similarly cobalt, Congo, Australia and Indonesia. Copper, Chile, Peru and Australia. So these are few elements which were and more elements were mentioned there, and it was shown there who are the highest producers of those, distributors of those elements. After that, there was another article. It is about the Free to Think 2020 report. In this report, it talks about the freedom to speak and freedom of speech. It talks about how the universities, officials, the teachers there, the professors or the students should be, in a position to talk what they want to. So it ranks the countries on that basis, and unfortunately India has, earlier India, the rank which India was given was 0.6. Now it has dropped to 0.2. So according to this, India has ranked way below. So this report, Indian officials has rejected this report, as they think that that it is very much biased towards India. After these articles, after we solve questions with respect to these articles, we will shift our approach towards the static portion and solve the questions with respect to that. So with this, I hope you had got the basic idea what was in the news. I hope you had got the basic crux, basic gist of the news today. Now with this, let's move to the questions and try to solve them. Here the first question says, consider the following statements regarding the heat strokes. The first question, heat stroke occurs when the body temperature rises to 1.4 degree Fahrenheit or 40 degree centigrade or higher. 100% correct, nothing wrong with this statement. It is primarily caused by a prolonged exposure to high temperatures and excessive physical exertion. 100% correct. Third statement, symptoms of heat stroke can include confusion, rapid pulse and loss of consciousness. 100% correct. Fourth, heat stroke is a medical emergency and requires immediate cooling of the body. 100% correct. So with respect to this question, all the four statements are correct, and from the code given below, the correct code would be option D. With this, I hope you had got the basic idea about the heat stroke, how it can impact the human body, how the heat stroke, the high temperature can lead to high sweating, that will lead to the loss of minerals, important minerals which are required in the body, and because of the lack of hydration, it can lead to the heat cramps, and finally it can be fatal. So this is what we understood from it. With this, let's move to the another question, try to solve that. It says, which of the following countries have criminalized marital rape? As we had discussed it, many countries had criminalized it. Is India part of that? No, India is not. India has not criminalized it yet. As we see section 63 of BNS, it clearly says that man cannot be accused of a criminal marital rape. So is United States part of it? 100% correct. United Kingdom correct. Australia correct. So with respect to this, the statements 1, 3 and 4 are correct, and from the code given below, the correct code would be option C. With this, let's move to the another question. Here the question says, which of the following statements are correct regarding the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the year 2024? The first statement. The prize was awarded for groundbreaking research in protein synthesis by microRNA in 1990s. 100% correct. Statement 2. The laureates developed a novel method for early detection of Alzheimer's disease. No. Statement 3. The Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine is awarded annually by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. 100% correct. So with respect to this statement, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 3 only. With this, let's move to the another question and try to solve. Here the question is about the Geno Kurba tribe, recently seen in news or found mostly in which states? First, Assam, Mizoram and Manipur, incorrect. Punjab and Haryana, incorrect. Himachal Pradesh and Jammu region, incorrect. They are located in the Nilgiris in Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statement is option A. With this, let's move to the another question here. It is about the WAZA, World Association of Zoos and Aquarium, as we discussed it, as it has suspended the licenses of Delhi Zoo. So let's try to understand the statements with respect to it. It says WAZA was established to promote the worldwide conservation of university biodiversity. Correct. The organization is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. It is incorrect. It is headquartered in Basel, Switzerland. The city is incorrect here. Country is correct. So Basel, Switzerland, not Geneva, Switzerland. Third statement. WAZA conducts accreditation programs for zoos and aquarium globally. 100% correct. So with respect to this statement, the correct options are option 1 and 3, and from the code given below, the correct code would be option B. With this, let's move to the another question. It is about the Free to Think 2020 report has been published by which of the following organization or ministry? Is it UNO? No. Is it WEF? No. Is it Ministry of Education? No. Is it Scholars at Risk? 100% correct. So this is what the government has rejected, that they feel that they had been biased under this. So with respect to this, we had completed the questions with respect to the current affairs. Now let us move towards the static portion. Here the first question with respect to the static portion, the question with respect to static portion is regarding with the article 15. The article 15 in discussion, we will discuss it in detail tomorrow, as time does not permit it right now, because it is already very late. Right now we should have already uploaded the video. So let's try to solve this question first, and tomorrow we will discuss about article 15 in detail. The question says article 15 prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Correct. Article 15 allows the states to make special provisions for women and children. Correct. Third, article 15 applies only to the citizens of India and not to foreign nationals. This is incorrect. It do apply to the foreign nationals also. They cannot be discriminated, but there are certain restrictions to them. So with respect to this, the correct statements are option 1 and 2, and from the code given below, the correct code is option A. With this, let's move to the last part of our discussion, which is discussing previous year question. Here the question says, the first question, the name of the famous person of India who returned the knighthood conferred on him by the British government as token of protest against the atrocities in Punjab in 1919 was Rabindranath Tagore directly. So for this question, the correct statement is option C. Now with this, let's move to the last question of today's discussion. It says, where were the Ghadar revolutionaries who became active during the outbreak of the World War I based? They were based in the North America in San Francisco region. So with respect to this, the correct option is option B. So with this, we complete today's discussion. I hope you would like the video. You would have liked the video. I hope you would hit the like button. I hope you would share it with your friends, and also I hope you would subscribe the channel. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.